Okay, thank you.
That's you.
We're good to go?
Good to go.
Hi, good evening, folks. My name is Robert Patterson. I'm the Programme Team Leader for Engineering Department here at SRUC Barony campus. I would just like to welcome you to our Engineering Open Day online event this evening for those of you interested in some of our engineering course provision at Barony. I have a presentation, a few slides here that I would like to run through with you and to explain a wee bit more about the courses on offer here at Barony. So if we can, there, are we live with our first slide, Devon?
Yes, that's a slide live.
Good, right, thank you. Put my specs on. So, SRUC was formed just over 12 years ago now, and was created by the amalgamation of all of the land-based engineering or land-based training colleges in Scotland. We at Barony are the southernmost of the campuses, but we also have a provision at Ayr, Edinburgh, Broxburn, just west of Edinburgh, Elmwood at Cooper and Fife, and the Crabston campus at Aberdeen. So covers pretty much the length and breadth of the country, and also all things land-based. So you can see in the slide there, courses ranging from agriculture, animal care, through engineering and forestry, horse care, and vet nursing, wildlife conservation. So pretty much anything land-based is covered at SRUC and the various campuses around the country. Barony campus is a very attractive rural location. We're situated approximately 9 miles northeast of Dumfries, on the A701 between Dumfries and Moffat. It's easily accessible by public transport, and also we have ample provision for students that are able to make their way to college under their own steam, whether it be by push bike, motorbike, car. There's plenty of provision for parking and securing vehicles at college. This aerial photograph is one of the most recent ones that we have, but gives an overview of the campus from the engineering workshops, the farm steading, the Dairy Technology Centre, the vet nursing unit, the horticulture, the equine areas, and also during the campus buildings themselves. The old stone house part of the campus is downstairs is classrooms and upstairs is student accommodation. The brick built part of the campus is further classrooms, some offices, and a sports hall, canteen, and engineering workshops, with a couple of separate standalone accommodation hostels as well. There we are. So the courses that we offer from an engineering perspective are everything from an introduction to land-based engineering, through to our full-time programmes, national certificate with an agriculture or forestry machinery bias, and we also do an extended diploma in land-based technology, which is our main apprentice training programme. Further to that, we do modern apprenticeship SBQ qualifications at level 5 and at level 6 for candidates that have progressed into employment but out with our main apprenticeship programme. So if I just go over each of these courses in turn. The first one mentioned was the Introduction to Land-Based Engineering. Now, this is aimed at individuals coming from school or from another area of industry. No previous experience required, no formal qualifications required either, because it is just an introductory course, access level, but does give the candidates, youngsters, an overview and an introduction to electrical systems, hydraulic systems, tractor operation, tractor driving, and also tractor maintenance. Also an overview and experience with operating and maintaining some elements of land-based machinery, again from utilising the machinery that we have on the college farm here. Introduction to various different welding techniques and a bit of practice and experience to grasp welding. We do transmissions, so looking at various elements of transmission systems, whether it be belts and chains, gears, shafts and couplings, through to small mechanical gearboxes to strip and rebuild, to understand the working principles there. Also included is workshop skills, which is a basic hand tool fabrication exercises in the workshop, and again getting to grips with various tooling and workshop procedures. To give a wee bit more information on this this programme, as I mentioned earlier, there are no formal entry requirements, but ideally candidates would have maths and English at National 4 or equivalent. Entry is by interview, and by candidates showing a desire to commit to the course, having a keen interest in machinery, whether it be agricultural or forestry equipment, and a desire to learn. It is a one-year course, starting in August, runs through till May. It's a 3-day-a-week programme, and the candidates on this programme are encouraged to find work placements and do work experience on a Monday and Friday each week. We build on that and have a 2-week period of formal work experience scheduled for 2 weeks during February. And that often is an excellent source to candidates gaining employment on the conclusion of their course. Some of the practical tasks that candidates are involved in the intro course, it is 80% practical, and just various projects in the workshop. The little Massey Ferguson 135 there is one of our teaching tractors that lads do basic driving and maintenance on before progressing on to some of the more modern equipment. But the intro group did a full strip down, nut and bolt overhaul of that tractor just last year. So we've actually got another two tractors undergoing similar treatment this year. So helping to maintain and upgrade the fleet. Then moving on to our next programme is our one of our main programmes is the National Certificate in Land-Based Engineering. Excuse me. So it is based primarily on agricultural engineering, but we also have a forestry engineering stream as well. The two courses run side by side, share a lot of common unit delivery platform, just splinter off for the specialised mechanisation units. So to start with, the candidates cover engine technology, covering the theory and the practical strip down and assessment, overhaul and rebuild of industrial tractor engines, diesel tractor engines that are brought back up to a serviceable standard, up and running again. Mechanical transmission systems involving a tractor gearbox, a dismantle, assessment, repair and rebuild. Hydraulics, understanding and following basic hydraulic systems, using a standalone training rig, and then taking those skills forward and diagnosing and training on tractors and modern machinery. The land-based machinery repair, again, various units within the programme, from cultivation and planting to grass harvesting machinery. We've always to take in machines from the farm, whether it's power harrows, seed drills, mowers, tedders, rakes, and the students run through these in the workshop, identifying any faults, problems, damage, and carrying out effective repairs to these to put them back into service. So the work being carried out from a training perspective, but has to be to industry standard, and machines, live jobs that are going back into service. So it needs to be done right. Also included in the National Certificate Programme is electrics and electronics. So moving on from the intro course, is taking the electrics and electronics to the next stage, and also introducing diagnostic systems and utilising the manufacturer's electronic diagnostic equipment that we've got for utilisation with our modern tractors that we have here as well. Welding, covering all welding disciplines, but focusing more on MIG and TIG welding, but also utilising gas for heating and cutting and bending as well. Another key element run throughout the National Certificate Programme is the health and safety unit, which is a mandatory element, but it's integrated within all of the course delivery to make sure that all candidates are working in a safe manner and not doing any or causing any harm to themselves and others, and are fit and safe to continue their work after day-to-day occurrences. So, entry requirements for the National Certificate are a minimum in that 2 National 4s, including English and Maths, and additional 2 National 5s in any subject. Ideally, English and Maths to a good standard, but see, that's the minimum. Support is provided in college for candidates that may have some additional requirements. But that's what we're here for. We're here to help. This again is a 1-year full-time course running from end of August through till May. Runs for 32 weeks. In college, 5 days per week, from 9 o'clock in the morning till after 4 in the afternoon, again to tie in with public transport. This course also has a 2-week period of industrial work experience midway through the course, which again, candidates are encouraged to find their own work experience placement within an industry of their choice, and a locality of their choice. So maybe something close to home, easy for commuting back and forward to, and also to help sow the seeds and impress employers and hopefully secure position of employment on conclusion of the course. If candidates are successful enough to gain employment and conclusion of their national certificate and with the right employer, then they may well get the opportunity to return to Barony to carry out their apprenticeship programme. We have 2 apprenticeship programmes currently running with support from 2 major manufacturers, one being Claas and the other AGCO. So pretty much all the Claas, Massey Ferguson, Valtra and Fendt dealers in Scotland, apprentices are all come to the Barony, and we've been working with these for a number of years. The technicalities here are that candidates on this programme must be employed by one of these franchised dealerships. It is a 4-year training programme. First 3 years significant college input. 4th year is mainly in the workplace. It's a great opportunity because candidates are employed through their training and have the ability to earn while they learn. And again, quite often find that the students on these programmes actually have some of the best cars in the car park, funnily enough. This here is just a wee photo of the current candidates on the AGCO programme. This was photo taken on the start of the course on induction day. Unfortunately, the sun wasn't shining then, but tractors certainly were. And these are tractors provided by AGCO specifically for training on the apprentice programme. And these tractors are rotated, replaced each year. So we've got the current, latest, up-to-date models for hooking up to laptops, diagnostic systems, hydraulics, etc. For the apprentice programme. Other apprenticeship opportunities that we have for candidates that have managed to gain employment, we out with the realms of one of our franchise dealers, whether AGCO or Claas, but within the industry, can still come back in and progress through a modern apprenticeship on an SVQ programme. So for candidates employed in any relative engineering industrial business, whether it be car garages, manufacture and fabrication, or forestry, then working within the industry, training within the industrial environment, and coming to college for small, short, specialised training blocks, and again that running over an 18-month to 2-year period on conclusion of the national certificate. So the national certificate programme is the key stepping stone to progression onto the work-based learning modern apprenticeship. What we're trying to do is to make it interesting and exciting for all candidates on programmes, and try and show where elements of their skill set engineering relates to industrial applications, and how it can be applied across various different disciplines. So one key example of a local industry that works very closely with us, where we have a number of former students are now employed, is at Jazz P. Wilson Forest Machines at Dalbeattie. And another visit that went on last year was to a fairly local motorsport operation down at Cockermouth in Cumbria, where M Sport are based, that basically run the Ford World Rally cars, are all built, produced, tested down at Cockermouth. So lads had a wee opportunity to go down there, see the workshops, and how these cars are built, prepared, welded, and maintained down there. Land-based engineering is an excellent career for youngsters to get into. The opportunities are endless. The programs that we have at Barony, we've got a very good success rate, and the progression into employment from our candidates is second to none. The vast majority of our candidates completing our engineering courses are walking directly into jobs, and there's many of them now have progressed up through the career to be managers, foremen, workshop supervisors, length and breadth of the country. Again, early steps are to progress to a agricultural engineering technician. We've got the forestry engineering technician option, then progression to master mechanic, workshop foreman, or if the individual wishes to branch off and go into stores or parts or machine sales, within the industry, that there are so many opportunities available. It's just fantastic, and no 2 days are the same. Again, within Barony campus, we are very well equipped with our workshop facilities. We've got 2 key workshops, open plan, so we can move the equipment around the workshop to accommodate everything from combines with our 40-foot headers on to telehandlers, self-propelled forage harvesters, timber forwarders, harvesters. We've got all the equipment here. The resources we have for training as well are up to date with the digital, electronic, hydraulic testing equipment, and diagnostic equipment for our tractors, with the manufacturer's software to support that as well. I mentioned earlier that we have residential accommodation on site. It is limited and is on a first come first served basis, and is for candidates over 16 years of age only, but say is on a first come first served, and there's accommodation for approximately 65 students on site. Catering via the canteen, external catering contractor Baxter Story cater for all students. Residential have their bed, breakfast and evening meal as part of the package, and lunch times, break times, food, snacks available through either the canteen or the coffee bar that we have on site as well. We have a well-stocked library, which has a number of specific books for the various courses, departments that are running, a number of e-books as well, and also we have a lap safe with 65 laptops, which are accessible to all students with their matriculation card. Can just take out a laptop for the day, have the use of that, and then as long as it's returned later in the day, plugged in and recharged, then laptops are available to take out the following day as well. We have a large sports hall for badminton, indoor, five-a-side football, badminton, netball, basketball. There are various inter-course competitions that go on. We also have a number of outside clubs that come in to use the equipment that we've got here, and we have an indoor multi-gym as well for candidates who still have some energy left at the end of the day. and want to keep fit and burn off steam. So there we are. That brings me to the end of my presentation this evening, folks. So my name's Robert Patterson. These are my contact details on the screen. If you have any queries from my presentation tonight, I'm quite happy to take some questions now, if you like, or if you would like to take my email address and send any messages in due course, then I'm more than happy to take those and answer when I can. Thank you very much.
Hi, Robert. Right, I have a few questions from a few of the attendees. The first question is, how large are the classes?
The classes are of a limited size. We limit the groups in practical activity to a maximum of 8, so that everybody gets the opportunity to be hands-on and doesn't get pushed to the back and just viewing other people doing the work. The best way to learn is by doing the job for yourselves. So again, from a health and safety perspective, limiting the size of the group to 8 in practicals. So realistically, 16 or potentially 24 in the classroom.
Okay, next question is, do we need to pay for our own PPE?
PPE is provided for all candidates on the national certificate programmes. The candidates on the apprenticeship programme, PPE is provided by their employer.
Thank you. I know you've touched on this briefly, but is there accommodation at Barony campus?
There is accommodation for, say, about 65 candidates, but is on a first come, first served basis, and we've got a broad number of courses across the campus. So it really, best thing is to apply early to have the best chance, and it is for over 16s. Just to reinforce that. Thank you.
And the last question: can I work with class tractors when I'm studying engineering at Barony?
You work with class tractors. We have class tractors that we use for training the class apprentices. So yes, but that tends to be kept mainly for work with the class apprentices. But we do use the range of tractors for teaching specific elements like computer diagnostics to all groups. So yes, so all groups have exposure to all products.
And that was the last of the questions. Thank you, Robert. I'll send you live.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay.